You have a feel for space. You know that a box has corners, that things can be near or far, that the middle is, well, in the middle. But that feel was built entirely in 3 dimensions, the only space you've ever lived in. And the moment you step into higher dimensions, 4, 10, 1,000, that intuition doesn't just get fuzzy, it actively lies to you. In a high-dimensional cube, the edges stay exactly length 1, while the corners race off toward infinity. Welcome to the curse of dimensionality. Start simple. Take a cube where every edge has length 1. In 2 dimensions, that's a square, and the distance from one corner to the opposite corner is the square root of 2, about 1.4. In 3 dimensions, the diagonal across the cube is the square root of 3, about 1.7. See the pattern? In n dimensions, that corner-to-corner distance is the square root of n. So in 10 dimensions, it's about 3. In 100 dimensions, it's 10. In 1,000, over 30. The edges never change. They're always length 1. But the corners just keep stretching away from the center, with no limit. Now here's something stranger about where the space actually is. Picture your cube, and then a slightly smaller cube inside it, keeping 99% of the width. In 2 or 3 dimensions, that inner cube holds almost all the volume, obviously. But the fraction of volume it keeps is 0.99 raised to the power of the dimension. In 100 dimensions, that's 0.99 to the 100th, around 37%. In 1,000 dimensions, it's basically 0. Almost all the volume of a high-dimensional cube is crammed into an impossibly thin shell right at the surface. The inside is empty. And it gets lonelier. Scatter a bunch of random points inside a high-dimensional space and measure the distances between them. In our world, some pairs are close, some are far. But as dimensions climb, something eerie happens. The distance between the closest pair and the farthest pair gets squeezed together, until nearly every point is almost exactly the same distance from every other point. The very idea of the nearest one quietly dissolves, because out there, everything is equally far away. This isn't just a curiosity for mathematicians. It has a name engineers genuinely fear: the curse of dimensionality. So much of modern technology works by asking, what's nearest? Recommendation systems, image search, the machine learning models behind your apps. They all hunt for nearby points in spaces with hundreds or thousands of dimensions. But we just saw that in those spaces, nearby barely exists. Everything is far, everything is on the shell, and your 3-dimensional gut is worse than useless. Entire fields exist just to fight this. So that's 13, a brand new series, and your intuition opens it by getting lost in a space it can't picture. The thing that broke this time was your sense of distance, of near and far, of where things even are. Brain, 0. Math, 13. And we're staying in these strange dimensions for a while. Next time, a sphere that you'd think only gets bigger, but as the dimensions rise, it shrinks until it vanishes into almost nothing. Subscribe, and let's get lost together.